if you're a coach or you are a service provider and you're doing multiple six figures and you know you can sell your offer, it is proven, but every single month feels like a coin flip in terms of your revenue. One month you could be, buried in clients, and the next month you are just staring at a blank calendar and you don't know what to do. You're like try to hustle harder, like post more content, etc. But you still can't get out of this cycle, like no matter how much you hustle. And today I'm going to talk about how to actually create a predictable revenue system so that each month you know how much money you're going to make, and it'll allow you to scale with way less stress. It'll probably allow you to take more time off if you want to, based on how much money you know you're going to generate, etc. And this is how you actually create freedom, right? Because let's face it, like most people, they just work in their business all the time and they don't really take any time off because they can't, right? And so I'm going to try to help you break that cycle today. And it actually just comes out to probably the most boring concept / idea that anyone could possibly talk about, because this has nothing to do with, cool offers, viral content, or, some closing strategy or whatever, which is what everyone else is talking about. And that is what's actually fun. I'm going to take you back to elementary school, okay? Because this has to do with numbers, okay? Scaling, from what I've seen, and scaling with predictability is all about math and numbers. And I'm going to break it down to you, because if you are like most business owners that I talk to, you are very unclear on your numbers. And what are those numbers? Well, it could, for example, be how much a lead is worth, how much a call is worth, how much like an email subscriber is worth, like the economics overall of your business. And when you don't have clarity on this, you're basically just shooting in the dark all the time. You're hustling harder, you're posting content, etc. And the worst part is that you don't actually know what you should optimize in your business. And honestly, this is like a result of the new age social media content strategies, because everyone is sort of preaching these ideas or trying to pitch to, especially I guess newer business owners, this idea that you can create, a good business without any funnels or without any complexity, etc. And I'm all for simplicity and everything, right? But if you are just relying on, let's say, social media to get your business, then you are just long-term creating a business that is never going to be predictable, and it's always going to be stressful. Because the truth is that you will always be at the mercy of the algorithm and the people owning social media in order to make sales. And sometimes people can get, their time in the spotlight where their content is doing very well and they're getting clients. But if you look at everyone ever, pretty much, no one is in that spotlight forever. And what happens is that their business goes up as they, go viral and stuff. They're getting clients, and then no one cares about them anymore, and they start just down again. And it's because they never actually created the predictable system that gives them customers and clients without needing to just rely on the algorithm all the time, right? And so that's why a funnel is important. And you don't need to make it complex. Like setting up a funnel, anyone can do it in like 30 minutes nowadays just by watching like a YouTube tutorial, right? And in a funnel, you can get numbers. You can know everything you need to know in order to create a predictable business. And so, for example, if you do content, and let's say you drive people to a lead magnet, and let's say you do a low ticket after that because you want to filter out the tire kickers and you want to only get the qualified people into your high ticket. And then so after that, you do the high ticket, right? Then when you do content or when you run, let's say, ads, right? I wouldn't run ads to a free lead magnet though. Maybe that's another video for another time. But anyways, when you do content or run ads to this lead magnet right here, and you know how many of those are gonna turn into a low ticket buyer, and you know how many are gonna turn into a high ticket buyer, then you have complete control of your business, and you know exactly how much money you're going to make based on the input coming, like the input up here, right? And that's actually how you can create real predictability and real freedom, because you're just doing the numbers, you're just doing the math, right? And even if people have these funnels set up, they still don't actually figure out their numbers. And so they get obsessed still with going viral and like doing ads and stuff, or I mean, ads is fine, but like going viral, and they still get stuck in that loop, when instead of thinking, oh, I need more likes, I need more views, they can just think about the fact that, oh, one lead is worth $25. If I just generate 20 leads today, then I'll make, I don't know, what is that, $500 in like this month. Like that's an extra $500 that I'll make this month if I just generate 20 leads today. Like way less stressful, way more predictable, right? And once you also have the numbers in place, then you know exactly what in here you need to optimize in order to just scale. Because that's also a thing where people are trying to solve the wrong problem because they don't know their numbers. And let's say, for example, then that they're not getting high ticket clients, they have this funnel set up and they just think, oh, I need to post more content, I need to hustle harder here. But what they don't realize is that the people who buy the low ticket, only like 2% of them are getting the high ticket, right? And so no one is ascending to the high ticket. That is the actual problem, and you would only know that if you knew your numbers. But instead of like knowing your numbers, people just go and try to solve some other problem, right? And so I hope you see why knowing your numbers is really like the key to scale and to just overall scale with predictability and have way less stress in your business. And so that's basically gonna be it for this video. I know none of these are really like scripted, I'm going off the dome here, but hopefully my point came across. So bye.